Hi, and welcome to Blacktop Tech Talk. My name is Scott Morse, and I operate Arch City Seal Coating in St. Louis, Missouri. This is episode 3, and we're going to talk about material handling for seal coating. First off, I want to thank everybody for the feedback and suggestions for future episodes. Really looking forward to diving into a couple of those topics. It's going to be a lot of fun. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and don't miss an episode. First thing we get to talk about is what you're going to hold it in. You've got 5-gallon buckets, 55-gallon drums, IBC plastic totes, anywhere from 275 to 500 gallons, I believe. And then metal or plastic tanks with a capacity of 125 gallons on up. The simplest one is just a 5-gallon bucket. It's also probably about the least efficient and can be a real hassle to get filled and generally makes a big mess. But you know, it's a starting point. I will caution some suppliers will not fill 5-gallon buckets or drums. There are even some that won't fill IBC totes. So when you get to the point of picking up material, you need to find out what is compatible with the supplier that you're going to be getting your material from. After that is 55-gallon drums. Very difficult to use. I did try it once, and it was actually pretty horrible. It didn't really work very well. It was almost impossible to agitate. Very difficult to get material out of it. Really can't recommend using that at all. After that, you've got the big plastic and wire caged IBC totes. I do know a lot of people have had some success with them, and it can be a viable option if you can't afford a regular traditional seal coat tank yet. Look out there. There are a couple of episodes that other people have put out that really describe the IBC setups very well and that are very successful. With that in mind, next thing we're going to talk about is agitation, how you're going to mix your material. All seal coat materials do need to be agitated, mixed, and reblended from the time that you pick it up to the time it goes onto the ground. When you're using smaller things like buckets and drums, you can use a cordless or electric drill with a paint mixer attachment of some sort on there. With totes, I've seen a couple of great setups where people are using compressed air. They're using air diaphragm pumps to dispense their material or recirculate their material, and they will actually use a length of steel pipe with a ball valve on it and then an air fitting at the end, and they will put that inside of the tote and use that to basically bubble the mix up from the bottom to get any sand that's settled to the bottom, and use that as a way to agitate. I've actually used that, and I made one of those air pipes to clear blockages from the bottom of my tank. And it works very, very well. The downside is you do have to have an air compressor for that to work. After that, you've also got, in traditional seal coating tanks, we've got manual agitation, which is basically there's an arm on one side of the tank, and you just turn and crank and use that to mix the material. It does a fairly good job, but it is also labor intensive, and you do get tired of doing that after a while. But it does do a good job, and a lot of basic tanks do come with this. After that, big upgrade is to power agitation, and it can either be a direct drive with a chain going to a gasoline engine, or there are also hydraulic setups out there, and those take a lot of time and energy savings from you, and let you get on with the work and let it do the mixing for you. After that, material dispensing. You've got it in the tank, it's mixed, now you got to get it on the ground. The easiest is gravity. After that, you've got a trash pump, and then we start talking about air diaphragm pumps. With gravity, it's literally as simple as that. You've got whatever you're holding your material with, you've got a ball valve to shut it on and off, and then you've got a length of hose or pipe, and that goes straight to the ground. You open the valve, and away it goes. The downside to that is you're basically limited to wherever you park the trailer. Wherever it's sitting is wherever the sealer's going. So if you've got larger projects, that can be a real hassle, or you wind up doing a bucket brigade and filling bucket after bucket and then hauling that to wherever you're actually working at. Next in line is the trash pump. Trash pumps are effective, however, huge drawback to trash pumps is that you cannot run sand through a trash pump. I've heard people say that it's possible, but it greatly reduces the life of the pump. I tried a trash pump once with sand, and I probably got less than 100 gallons of material through it before it basically blew the seals out, and I had a giant mess everywhere on a customer's project. Fortunately, did not get on any of their buildings or vehicles or anything else, so definitely dodged the bullet with that. After that, I upgraded to an air diaphragm pump. Using trash pumps is a great way to get something into circulating and dispensing your product at a economical entry point. But do keep in mind, make sure you look at the material that you're going to be using and the manufacturer's mix design. If it specifies sand in that mix design, you cannot use a trash pump. You'll be wasting your money. After that, upgrade is to an air diaphragm pump. These work amazing. They're very flexible. There is a higher price point here. You're talking about the price of the pump itself, which I've seen small pumps going for $500 on up to big giant 2 or 3 inch pumps, and you can start spending many thousands of dollars. Plus, you also need to factor in the cost of an air compressor. Larger the better, because it needs to be able to keep up with the air demands of the diaphragm pump. Hopefully this answers a few questions. If you have any other episodes that you would like to see topics covering, please either send me a personal message or an email, and look forward to talking about the next topic. Take care. Bye-bye.